Today we're going to be taking a closer look at the BLISSLIGHTS SKYLITE Galaxy Laser Projector. We're going to do an unboxing and show you what comes with it. Then we're going to go inside and set it up. We'll turn off all the lights and we're going to show you all the different features that it has. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so this is the box that it comes in. And then as we open it up, we've got our manuals here. And it's really two pieces in here. You've got your power cord, which actually can be disconnected like this. And then you have the laser projector here. You've got some additional advertising here. And when we unbox this, one of the things that we want to pay close attention to is that there is a thin film covering the projector here on the top, which is the laser aperture. In order for you to be able to get best results, you need to remove this before you set it up and begin trying to work with it. So just always keep that in mind. I'll place that back over here for the time being. We've got our power cord here. All we have to do here is just untwist that. On the rear side of this, we have our plug where this goes in, which is right here. Very simple. So when we look to the side here, we can see that we have 3 buttons here on this side. We have a power button, we have a motion button, and we have a brightness button. We'll be demoing all these different features on the inside, but I want to show you before we get started where the buttons are located so that you know what I'm referring to when we start going through all the different features once the lights are turned off. On the rear side, you have the same information on this side, no buttons on this side. Now on the bottom, it has 2 separate feet, and this allows you to either set it up just like this, and this will allow you to cast your projection at an angle. And you can also set it up like this, which allows you to project your display almost up. This is more of a display setup that you'd want to use if you're going to be having this set up in the center of the room. And this is a display that you'd want to use if you were going to be setting it up from the edge of the room and casting it across the room. So that essentially completes our unboxing. Let's go ahead and jump on inside and get everything set up so we can do our demo. Okay, so we're inside now and we have the unit plugged in. We have it positioned on the same table that we had outside, which is approximately 32 inches off the floor. We have the table pushed against the wall on one end of the room, and we're going to be shooting back across the other direction of the room lengthwise. Remember that we have this blue tab here that covers our laser aperture, so we're going to go ahead and remove that now. And we're going to shoot back across the other direction in the room. So we're going to turn the camera around and get everything acclimated in that direction. Before we turn off the lights, we are going to go ahead and angle the camera up a little bit higher so that we can focus more directly on the ceiling, because that's where the majority of the activity is going to be with the projector. So we've got our lights off now, and then we're going to turn the projector on. Now this is currently on its brightest setting, and we have cloud cover that is moving, and we also have stars that are also moving. So the first thing that I'm going to do here, and that's me bumping the projector, is kind of straighten it up to get everything centered the way that I want it in the space. And then the next thing I'm going to do is stop the movement so that you can see what it looks like when everything is stationary. So we've turned off the movement now so you can see that nothing is moving at all. And the next thing I'm going to do from here is I'm going to change our brightness. So we're going to step down 1 level, and as you can see, as we step down the brightness, you can see that the clouds have become slightly less bright and they become more purple. We're going to step down 1 more time. That's just me bumping the unit again. We'll step down 1 more time, and you can see now it's a more deep purple, and you can see that the stars are also less bright. And so let's go ahead and push it again up to its brightest setting. Now the next thing we're going to do is change the modes, and we're going to turn off or separate our stars from our clouds. And so we're going to press 1 time, and I believe that will be the next setting. So now you can see that we just have stars by themselves, and the stars are not moving. And so the next thing we're going to do now is going to change the brightness so that you can see the difference in the brightness settings for the stars by themselves. As we sit here and just kind of look, let's go ahead and make our first move. Now that's one step down. So this is the middle setting for the brightness of stars. And then we're going to step down one more time, and this is the least bright setting. Now let's go ahead and hit the motion to make sure. Okay, so now we've hit motion, and now our stars are now moving. Previously they were stationary, and now we're going to move back up in our brightness. We're currently still at the lowest setting, and we're going to hit the brightness button one time, and I believe this is now our brightest setting. I'll hit it again, second brightest, dimmest, back up to the brightest. And now let's go ahead and hit the clouds. So this is what the clouds look like by themselves. Let's turn off our motion, and we're still on our brightest setting, and we're looking at the clouds only. As we change our setting here, we're more purple now and less bright. And then one more time, we're even more purple and even less bright than the previous setting. So let's go ahead and move back up to the brightest setting again. And now let's go ahead and change modes one more time. And that turns us to the off position. We're going to turn back on. Now we have the same setting that we started off with before, which was stars and clouds together. And now we're going to turn our motion on so that we can see everything together. And now that we have our clouds and our stars on, we're going to change the setting one more time, which we skipped over previously. And this time I'm going to change this setting. You're going to see our clouds fade in and out. And you're going to see the colors of the clouds also change as they fade in and out. And we're going to have our movement on. So here we go with that setting. Now just watch. Now, if you notice, the stars and the clouds are changing in intensity of their brightness. Now we're going to reposition the camera approximately 10 or 12 feet away, and we're still going to be shooting up at the ceiling, more or less focusing on the similar area. We're just going to be shooting our footage back in the same direction that our projector is in. Right now we have the camera positioned in front of the projector, and now we're going to have it facing in the same direction as the projector. Okay, so now we have the camera facing back in the direction of our projector. I'm going to lean the camera over just so you can see the light there on the other side of the room. That blue light is our projector. And then we're going to face back up here, and you can see our different colors and our clouds changing and moving along with our stars. Hopefully you found this unboxing and demonstration video helpful, and I'll see you all in the next one.